That's it. Well, guys, once again, welcome. Well, as Professor Omar told you, on the second part, you will be working with me. My name is Marilyn Blanco, and well, the idea is that we continue working the different topics that you were studying on the first part of the session. We always communicate with each other, like letting me know how long it was, the different topics that you could cover on the first part. And well, the idea is that we keep, working on the same pace, hopefully. I know that this second part could be a little bit demanding because you are already tired. All of us are already tired. But, this is part of the commitment of this process that we are starting today. Okay, so you were working already on Unit 1, and the idea of Unit 1 was talking about people around you. On this second part of the session, I want to know a little bit more of what you actually like doing. Okay, I'm going to wait a few minutes before I take attendance for the second part of the session. As you already know, the idea that we make sure that all of you are attending the whole thing. When I say whole thing, I'm talking about the 4 hours. So let's answer this question first, and then I'm going to take attendance, as I told you a few seconds ago. I would like to ask Alejandra Roballo, please, if you could read the questions that you see here displayed on the screen. I'm sharing the screen, right? No, I'm not sharing the screen. Now I am. Ahora sí. Yes, Alejandra, could you read these questions that you see here, please?
Okay. Do you prefer to spend time with your family, college, classmates, friends, or other people? Why? What do you normally do?
Very good. So, sorry. I'm going to send you a link to the chat. The idea is that you are going to share your answer this first time. You're going to type it down. I'm not asking you for the moment like a specific length. Of course, I'm expecting more than 3 words because notice that in this case, we're talking about 3 questions all together in one part. Let me share how it's going to appear to you. Okay, so this is just like the image as point of reference. The idea is that here on this box, you are going to write the answer of these questions, okay? Talking about general aspects, of course, I don't want to be like nosy, it's not like I'm expecting you to tell me private aspects of your life. That's not the idea, but just the intention of the people you prefer to spend time with, and the type of activities that you like to do with them. That is basically the intention. I would like to know if you have any questions of vocabulary or if the instruction is clear.
Yes, very clear.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, guys, very good. Well, I was going to tell you, do not forget to write your name, okay? Probably the first one is already anonymous. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that part, but that's okay. Type your answers. Make sure that everything about spelling and all that stuff is correct, of course. Don't forget to write your name, so I also know who's actually answering the questions. Again, I'm not expecting you to write like a whole paragraph. This is just the first question that I am asking you. And I'm going to give you, let's say 3 more minutes. You already had like a minute to answer the question. I'm going to send again the link to the chat. And let's see, 3 minutes is starting now. The people you refer, yes?
We must to write our numbers in our names in the answer.
Yes, that's the idea. Yeah, because otherwise it will be like anonymous, and that's not the point. I want to know the type of information that you're sharing, of course. I guess there is another question, maybe. No more questions? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to turn my camera off anyway. I'm here. If you have any type of question, remember, guys, we have 3 minutes. Well, guys, time's up. For the people that arrived like a few minutes ago, we are starting our second part of the session. And taking into account like the first topic of our first unit, we're talking about, first of all, like activities in general, and second, talking about vocabulary related to people like around you. That is going to be one of the aspects that we're going to refresh today. Some of you are still like, let's say, missing in terms of sending the answer. So I'm gonna take advantage of that situation. I'm going to take attendance. ¿Listo? Para que sigan enviando. Y pues aprovecho y tomo asistencia. Let me turn this up. We don't need that for the moment. Give me a second. Okay. Entonces, Alejandra Roballo.
Tell me.
Ok, I'm taking attendance, pues se tiene más bien que tomar asistencia nuevamente en la segunda parte, entonces voy a hacer el proceso como tal. Thank you, Alejandra. Then we have Joely Ayala.
Juliet. ¿Sí?
Ah, honestamente aquí dice Joely Ayala Viloria, no sé si lo pronuncié
Ah,
bien.
no.
Entonces, ¿no?
Yo.
Ok, sorry. Y Joely, parece que no. Ok. Ana María Velasco.
Hola.
Ok. Luisa Fernanda Pérez. Luisa Fernanda Pérez Quintero. Bueno, no está. Mayra Juliet Pinson.
Present.
Listo. Thank you. Juliet Vanessa Ayala. Ahora sí.
Yo.
Ok, listo. Stephanie Córdoba. Stephanie Córdoba Miranda. Ok, no está. Jamie Azucena Ríos. Bueno.
I'm here present.
Thank you. Jamie. Andrea Vaca Jain.
Present.
Thank you. John Arley Blanco. No está. Harold David Rodríguez.
Present.
Thank you. Elkin Darío Fernández.
I'm here
Okay.
behind the screen.
Okay. Anderson Andrés. Arcila.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Álvarez.
Here.
Okay. Judy Lisette Liscano.
I'm here.
Okay. Daniela Fernanda Sierra.
It's me.
Okay. Brian Miguel Cordero.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. Hello. Natalia Camargo.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Angélica Stephanie.
I'm here.
Okay. Jordan Alexis Pinzón.
I'm here.
Very good. Diana Lisette Lozada.
Hi, teacher, I'm here.
Okay. And finally, Silvia Alejandra Durán.
Present.
Okay, very good. So just to make sure, no están John Arley Blanco, Jamie Azucena Ríos y Luisa Fernanda Pérez.
Sorry, teacher, I said that I'm here.
Okay.
Jamie and Susana Rios.
Jamie Azucena. ¿Sí? ¿Dije que no estás?
Yes.
Sorry, no. My eyes, it's because it's already late. Stephanie Córdoba es la que no está. Lo siento, lo siento. Okay, guys. I guess that you already finished, well, most of you sending your answers. Once again, let's say taking as a point of reference, this first aspect that is being, let's say, reviewed or asked on our unit 1. And I was telling you to write your names. I know that you already, let's say, introduced yourselves at the first part of the session. I'm not going to ask you to introduce yourselves again, but anyway, now we're going to move to the second part. And I want to know your opinion about these aspects. Well, this one is from Anonymous. Who wrote this answer? Who wrote this one?
I prefer to stay with my family. We go out to the park together and eat ice cream.
Okay, Azucena, very good. Pretty straightforward. That was the idea. Harold, what about you? Could you read your answer, please?
Okay, I prefer spend time with my family and friends to other people because I feel more confident and relaxed with known people. I usually like traveling with my friends and family and discovered a lot of new and amazing places.
Harold, thank you very much. You can say I prefer to spend or prefer spending. We need to make a mini transformation, but it's a pretty good one. Thank you. Let's continue with Daniela Sierra. Could you read your answer, please?
My teacher, I forgot said, what do you normally do? But well, I prefer spending time with my friends because my family is a little more conservative, so I can share all topic with a question and wonder about very topics. And with my friend, I usually go to eat and do exercise.
Okay,
For
perfect.
example, play basketball.
Very nice, Daniela. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Vanessa Ayala. Read yours,
Okay.
please.
I prefer to spend time with the most people in my life, my family or my sister are the primordial. And then my friends, we normally go shopping or go to the restaurant for eat and drink something.
Okay. Maybe and then you mean here?
Yes,
Yeah, you were like typing really fast because restaurants for, in this case would be in restaurants to eat. But in general, it's a pretty good one. Vanessa, thank you. Let's continue. What about Sylvia?
Yeah, I prefer to spend my time with my family and my friends because they are my favorite person and I like being with them. I usually like to go for a walk with my friends, exercise and spend time together with my family, go to restaurants or movie or the mall. I don't have more
Okay. That's okay. That's great, Sylvia. Thank you. Well, remember, I prefer to spend or spending. And they are my favorite people because in this case, you're talking about plural. Person would be
Yeah, okay.
singular, but it's
Okay.
perfect.
Yes.
Very good, Sylvia. Thank you very much. Alejandra.
So I prefer to spend my time with my family and friends because they are my priority in my life. And normally I get out with them or simply have a breakfast, lunch, or dinner together.
Okay, very good. Normally I go out. That is like the most appropriate one, talking about like different activities outside your house. Get out is like, vayas. So we make like that mini change. That's good. Thank you. Diana Lozada, what about yours?
Hi, teacher. Okay. I prefer to spend time with my family, my friends, and my boyfriend because I really enjoy being with them and they practically recharge me. And
Okay.
we usually go out to eat.
Okay, Diana, very good. Thank you very much. Let's continue with Sylvia. No, yeah, sorry. The colors confuse me. Jordan.
I prefer to spend time with my girlfriend because we like to play Monopoly and read in the night.
Okay, very good. Read at night. Well, this is anonymous.
This is my,
Thank you, Angelica.
okay, sorry, I forget write my name. I prefer to spend time with my family and friends. So I love to spend my time to play with my nephews and like to go out walking with my friends.
Okay, very good. In the case of love, is similar to prefer. You can say I love spending or I love to spend. Whatever
Okay.
you prefer is fine. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you. This one. Andres Prada, what about yours?
I prefer to spend time with my friends. The reason why is because they are very funny and I love a lot with them. And that is something that I love. Normally we going to running at the athletic track and we talking in the exercise.
Okay, very good. Careful with the spelling of with in here, right? Check the spelling. TH. Let's have it because you guys type
Okay.
quite fast. And normally we go running or go to run. Okay, let's avoid this ing. We can use one of them, go to run or go running, but go to running is like all together, so we can make the separation. And in this case, and we talk because ed will be in past. And for the moment, you're talking about like the typical routine that you have with them. So we keep it in present. But pretty good, Andres, thank you. Let's continue with another anonymous. Who wrote this one?
It's mine.
Okay, Natalia.
I prefer to spend time with my family because we are very loving and we have many interests in common. We usually eat as family, watch movies, and talk about farm issues.
Issues. Okay, very good. Natalia, pretty similar to what I said to Andres, if I'm not mistaken, the spelling of with, okay? This H, esa primera H, se va.
Okay, good.
That's it. Thank you very much. Ana Velasco.
Hi. I prefer to spend time with my family, but I really appreciate spend time with my friends or colleagues. In my free time, I normally watch series with my family and with my friends. We usually go to restaurants.
Very good. Pretty much similar. I really appreciate to spend or spending. All those verbs like talking about positive sensations, also some negative. Love, prefer, appreciate. We can say to spend or spending. And in here, colleagues. Okay. Anna, thank you very much. Very good. Another anonymous? Yes.
Sorry, teacher, it's mine.
Okay.
I prefer to spend time with my family and friends because they are the most important people in my life. I usually travel with them to visit different towns, and we like camping and walking.
Very nice, Judith. Thank you very much. In this case, it's not necessary to add S. That's more like Spanish. Uno mantiene la concordancia en género y en número. Entonces, visitar diferentes pueblos. But in English, when we're talking about the adjectives, they never go in plural. But pretty good answer. Thank you very much, Judith.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Andrea, what about yours?
I prefer to spend time with my family and my boyfriend. They are the people I choose the most, and I really enjoy spending time with them. We usually visit new restaurants or discover new places. We like to share at home.
Andrea, very good. Well, careful with the spelling. Esa es la palabra tricky de la noche de hoy, parece. The spelling of with. But of course, you have a really good answer, Andrea. Thank you very much. Am I missing anybody? If I'm missing anybody, it's not on purpose, of course. ¿Me salté a alguien? No les dé pena. Okay, creo que no, I guess. Okay, guys, very good answers. Of course, keep in mind those, let's say, mini details that I was telling you about your replies. Of course, all of them are correct. One mini thing that maybe I'm going to say that in Spanish. Bueno, el with, que evidentemente fue la mini cascarita, y pilas con el pronombre I, que siempre debe ir en mayúscula. A veces no sé si es de pronto la cajita que como que no recuerda que tiene que colocar eso en mayúscula, pero siempre el pronombre debe ir de esa manera. Okay, guys, I know that you are about to get the pin of the book. For the moment, we continue working, of course, with this version that I'm displaying. I really, really hope that for tomorrow you can actually use, let's say, your own version. This is what I'm going to share with you for the moment. As you notice in your answers, you were talking about different people that are important to you. You were talking about your family. You were talking about your friends. Even you were talking about people at work. Why not? That they are also important to you. We're going to, let's say, refresh maybe our memory. We're going to have a look at some words related to that vocabulary, talking about family, work or and school, friends, and of course, other. We always have like that, let's say, miscellaneous category, you know, where we just put all those words that don't belong to the other categories. We're going to read the instruction. Bueno, ustedes más bien me van a ayudar con la instrucción. I'm going to ask Natalia Camargo, please, could you read this instruction that we have in here, 1A?
Which word does belong in
Doesn't.
this group?
Mhm.
Cross it out and write in the correct group.
Very good. So notice that in this part, you have to do two things. We have 4 categories. We have family, work and school. We already know friends and other. And here we have some words that belong to that category of vocabulary, but one word on each category doesn't belong to it. Like maybe it's like a weird one. You have to cross it and put it into the correct category. Okay, make sure one of the words is like, let's say, different. Why not? Doesn't belong to the category that we have in here. Let's do number 1 as an example altogether. Let's read the words that we have in here. For the moment, just read them. We don't need like to make any exercise yet, sorry. Alejandra Roballo, could you read the words that we have in the category of family, please?
Older sister, relative, grandchild,
Very good.
grandparent, stepmother, stranger, half brother.
Stranger, very good. So from all those words, there is one word that is different. Like it's not about family. In your opinion, which is that word that is not about family?
Stranger.
Stranger.
Very good. It would be a stranger. Now we know that the stranger is the different one. In which category would you place a stranger? Work or school, friends, or other?
Other.
Other.
Excellent, very good. So that is what you have to do. Find the different word and place it into the correct category. Number 1 is already checked, sorry, we know that it's a stranger, so check the section of work and school, friends, and other. Very good. Guys, you're going to have, I guess, just 3 minutes to make sure that you analyze the vocabulary. Probably you wanna like look for the meaning of some of those words. Anyway, we're going to have a look like at some example, and that's okay. So I'm going to turn my camera off, also the microphone. 3 minutes starting now. Okay, guys, time's up. Did you finish already?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect. Let's have a look at the second category. So, Ana Maria, I guess, Velasco. Could you read, please, the words, all the words that we have in here?
Yes. Classmate,
Mhm.
collective, boss, employee, and nice. I don't know how to say that.
Well, this one is colleague and this one is niece.
Niece and
Mhm.
colleague,
Yeah, well, colleague.
colleague and niece.
Okay. So Anna, which is the one that doesn't belong to the group?
Niece,
And where is the, I mean, where did you place it? Which one is the correct category for that one?
family,
Absolutely. Very good. Thank you, Ana Maria. Let's have a look at the section of friends. I'm going to ask, in this case, Natalia Camargo.
Yes.
So could you read the 4 words from this category of friends, please?
Okay. Best friend,
Mhm,
all school friend,
mhm.
mother-in-law,
Mother-in-law.
no sé cómo se pronuncia, perdón, acquaintance.
Don't worry, that's a tricky one. Acquaintance.
Okay.
So which one doesn't belong to the group?
Mother-in-law,
Mother-in-law. Very good. And in which category does it belong?
family.
Absolutely. Very good. And we have our final category. I'm going to ask Andres Alvarez. Could you read the words from this category, please?
Yeah, the category is other. The words are neighbor, cousin, flatmate, and ex-girlfriend.
Which one doesn't belong to that group?
Cousin,
Where did you place it?
family.
Absolutely. Very good. Just to make sure that's like how it was supposed to be. Any questions of vocabulary, guys? Okay.
Yes, teacher, what is the meaning of niece?
Okay. Let's have a look at that one over here. When we say niece, it is the son or the daughter. Let me put it like this. Is the daughter or the son of your brother or sister? Or well, also a daughter. We're talking about if it is a daughter of your husband's or wife's brother or sister. So what would be niece? Guys.
Sobrina.
Sería la sobrina. Very good. Any other?
Teacher,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Teacher, I have a question.
Sure, tell me.
Mother-in-law writes with that stripes.
Could you say that again, please?
Mother-in-law se escribe siempre con esas rayitas o no?
Ah, sí. That would be like hyphens. Well, un pequeño paréntesis. Antes el uso de los hyphens era mucho más como restrictivo, pero de un tiempo para acá uno encuentra que no todos los textos incluyen el guión cuando estamos haciendo ese sustantivo de alguna manera compuesto. Entonces ya no es como tan marcada la regla que si no se le colocan los hyphens queda mal, no. Ya es más relajada la regla en ese aspecto realmente.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Could you please repeat the pronunciation of, I don't know how the right pronunciation.
Which one? What would that be? Acquaintance?
Yes.
Give me a second that it's getting like a little tricky over here. There's something doesn't want to work. But yes, it's acquaintance. It's like in this part, it's like, not an acquaintance, no, acquaintance. But
And what is the meaning of acquaintance, teacher?
that is someone that you don't really know, a little bit. Lo que llamamos un conocido. Okay.
Okay, teacher, thank you. And what is the
Thank
meaning
you.
of flatmate?
Ah, okay. Flatmate is the person you share your apartment with. Like probably in Spanish, let me put it in here. We tend to say more roommate, but when we're talking about like the whole apartment, it would be a flatmate because you're sharing like the whole space with that person, not just one room.
Okay, teacher, thank you so much.
Okay, Susana, thank you. Something else, guys, that you want to clarify about the vocabulary?
Sorry, what's the difference of roomie and flatmate?
Yeah, you know, well, it's like trying to be more specific. Roommate, for example, would be like these people who live at, you know, university that you actually share their room with them. Well, I'm talking about, you know, this American version of those dorms. And the idea of flatmate is that you actually share the whole apartment. But it is like being very specific on the vocabulary because usually some people, they still use roommate, although they are sharing the whole apartment. But if you want to be really detailed, we would use flatmate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. We're going to move to the second part. I know that you were already working on the first part, talking about questions in general, like refreshing your memory on how to make questions. In this case, we're going to move now, let's say, to the affirmative and why not negative aspects. When I say negatives, is not talking about like the bad part, but the grammatical structure of negative, you know, talking about, once again, present simple and present continuous. For this part, we have to rely on these pictures that we have in here, okay? Maybe you wanna take a screenshot of the pictures, I guess, just to make sure that you can have the information. In this case, we have Lydia, Jess, Tom, and Saliba. We have Jess, Ori, and Luxme, Isabel and John. And on the next picture, we have Joe, Jess, Pete, Harriet, and Andy. This exercise that we are going to do is about listening, okay? Let's have a look at the instruction that we have in here. That is 1.5. I'm going to ask, in this case, Elkin, to read this instruction, please.
Okay, teacher. Jess is showing the photos to a college. Listen and check your answers to exercise 1A.
Well, thank you, Elkin. Well, it's a colleague, you know, and
colleague. Okay. A colleague or a colleague?
A colleague.
A colleague, okay.
Good. Well, guys, actually, the first part, what you're going to do is you're trying to guess the relationship that these people have in the pictures, you know? Do you think, for example, they are family, they are friends, how they are related? If we have a look at the first picture, what do you think the relationship among them is? Are they family? Are they friends? What do you think?
They're not friends, I guess.
You said family, some of you said brothers, but you know, when we say brothers, would be that all of them are male, right? How do we say when we're talking about male and female?
Siblings?
Siblings?
Absolutely, very good. Just like to refresh your memory. Something else about this first picture? They're family, probably they're siblings. Any other type of relationship that we can get from here?
Cousins, but two.
Okay.
Flatmates.
Cousins, flatmates as well, very good. Well, not just family, absolutely. Very nice. Let's have a look at the next picture. Jess and Luxme. Let me move it a little bit. What is the relationship between them? What do you think?
Best friends.
Flatmates.
Okay. What else? Okay. No more possibilities. What about Isabel and Sean?
They are grandparent and granddaughter.
Okay, grandfather, granddaughter. Something else, maybe? Okay, and the final picture, Joe, Jess, Pete, Harriet, and Andy.
Flatmate,
Put the flatmates. What else?
classmate.
Classmates. Okay.
Neighbors.
They could be neighbors as well. Very good. Okay. Well, guys, you were making your predictions. Of course, in some cases you may say it's really obvious, but we can't take anything, you know, for granted. Now, the idea is that, first of all, you're going to do this first part, 1.5, as Elkin was reading. The idea is to know, let's say, the relationship that they have, but then let's say we're going to pay more attention to the second part. You are going to make corrections to the following statements. The instruction says, this is very short, I'm gonna read it. Listen again and find 5 mistakes in the sentences below. Guys, when we say mistakes, in this case, it's not about the grammatical aspect, okay? It's very important that, let's say, we don't think that maybe there is a problem with how the statement is created. No, it's about the information that is being presented. Let's say presented, you know, on the listening that we are going to, let's say, listen. Look at the first one. It says, Jess is showing her photos to Lydia. According to the information that we're going to listen to, she's showing the photos to Anne. So all the sentences, excuse me, in terms of the grammatical component, they are correct, okay? What we have to correct is the information comparing to what we are going to listen to. Anyway, we're going to read all the statements to make sure that the information is clear to you. Well, I'm trying to choose different people to read the statements. Andrea Vaca, please, could you read sentences 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yes, Lydia is working in a restaurant at the moment. 2, she wants to become a social worker. 3, she's applying for lots of jobs. 4, Isabel is getting old. 5, she always puts face in photos.
Very good. From these statements from 1 to 5, do you have any questions of vocabulary?
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. Andres Prada, please, could you read from number 6 to number 10?
Okay, since Jess' grandparents go out a lot, Luxmi is training to be a dentist. Joe is wearing sunglasses. Joe's living in a student house at the moment. He doesn't like the city very much.
Okay, very good. Guys, from this second part, from 6 to 10, do you have any questions related to vocabulary?
Teacher, and third 3 sentence, she is applying.
She's
For
applying.
lots of jobs. Applying. Is the
Applying.
correct pronunciation?
Applying. Yes, that's the one.
Teacher, she's always puts faces in photos. It's like full faces. It's like as a muecas.
Yeah, we can take that one. Like you make, let's say, a weird maybe expression. That would be like the idea of pulling a face, that you make expression, you know. Could be a weird one. Why not on the photos?
Okay.
Okay, guys, very good. I know that you're really good at this. Anyway, we're going to listen 3 times because, as I told you, it's not a grammatical mistake. You have to compare the information that we have in here with the information that is being presented in the conversation, and you have to make the corrections. You have to make the corrections. Well, probably, I don't know if you want to write them down, whatever you prefer. That would be like the idea on this part. Well, guys, questions? Is the instruction clear?
Yes.
Okay, guys, just to, let's say, not confuse you, remember, keep in mind that there is 5 mistakes. So from the 10 statements, you have to correct only 5. Just make sure on that part. We're gonna listen 3 times. Let me share sound. Si hay algún problema con el sonido, me avisan, porfa. ¿Listo? Let's begin.
Unit 1, Recording 5.
Hi, Jess. So, have you got any photos of your birthday party?
Hi, Anne. Yeah, just a second. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Here's me with some friends. That's my best friend, Lydia. I think you've met her, haven't you?
Yeah, I know Lydia, course. And who are the 2 guys?
Tom and Saliba. They're old friends of mine too. Saliba lives in the same street as me. I've known him for years. He's going out with Lydia at the moment, actually.
Oh, very nice. And what's Lydia doing these days?
She's working in a DIY shop at the moment, which is really boring, apparently. But she's decided now that she wants to be a social worker, so she's applying for lots of courses and things.
Oh, good for her.
And here's another one. My little sister and my grandpa.
Wow, is that Isabel? She's getting so big. I remember her when she was really small. She's pulling a face.
Oh, she always pulls faces in photos. I don't know why.
So, how old's your grandfather?
He's 81 now, I think. He's getting quite old.
He looks well for his age, doesn't he?
Yeah, he and my granny are still really active. They travel all over the world and go out all the time. They're amazing, really.
That's brilliant.
And here's one of me with Luxme, an old school friend of mine.
I think you've told me about her before. She's training to be a doctor, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she's in her 2nd or 3rd year. And here's some more of my family.
Oh, that's a nice photo. Is that your brother, Joe? The one who's wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, that's my big brother.
And what's he doing nowadays?
He's away at university. Well, he's home for the holidays at the moment, obviously.
So, where's he studying?
Manchester. He's living in a student house with 4 other guys. He really likes it there.
Oh, that's good. And who are the others in the picture?
That's my dad in the middle, my cousin Harriet, and Andy, my uncle.
Oh, it looks like a really nice party.
Yeah, it was great. Shame you couldn't come.
We're gonna listen the 2nd time. Remember that we have 2 more, you know?
Unit 1, Recording 5.
Hi, Jess. So, have you got any photos of your birthday party?
Hi, Anne. Yeah, just a second. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Here's me with some friends. That's my best friend, Lydia. I think you've met her, haven't you?
Yeah, I know Lydia, course. And who are the 2 guys?
Tom and Saliba. They're old friends of mine too. Saliba lives in the same street as me. I've known him for years. He's going out with Lydia at the moment, actually.
Oh, very nice. And what's Lydia doing these days?
She's working in a DIY shop at the moment, which is really boring, apparently. But she's decided now that she wants to be a social worker, so she's applying for lots of courses and things.
Oh, good for her.
And here's another one. My little sister and my grandpa.
Wow, is that Isabel? She's getting so big. I remember her when she was really small. She's pulling a face.
Oh, she always pulls faces in photos. I don't know why.
So, how old's your grandfather?
He's 81 now, I think. He's getting quite old.
He looks well for his age, doesn't he?
Yeah, he and my granny are still really active. They travel all over the world and go out all the time. They're amazing, really.
That's brilliant.
And here's one of me with Luxme, an old school friend of mine.
I think you've told me about her before. She's training to be a doctor, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she's in her second or third year. And here's some more of my family.
Oh, that's a nice photo. Is that your brother, Joe? The one who's wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, that's my big brother.
And what's he doing nowadays?
He's away at university. Well, he's home for the holidays at the moment, obviously.
So where's he studying?
Manchester. He's living in a student house with 4 other guys. He really likes it there.
Oh, that's good. And who are the others in the picture?
That's my dad in the middle, my cousin Harriet, and Andy, my uncle.
Oh, it looks like a really nice party.
Yeah, it was great. Shame you couldn't come.
Okay, guys, we have the final, let's say, chance, just to make sure that you are actually correcting the, let's say, the correct statements or the incorrect ones. You have to make changes in number 1, number 3, number 4, number 7, and number 10. Of course, I'm not going to ask you for the answers yet. We still have like one last time, but just to let you know, those are, let's say, the number of the statements that you are supposed to make corrections on. Number 1, number 3, number 4, number 7, and number 10. Let's listen to it the last time.
Unit 1, Recording 5.
Hi, Jess. So, have you got any photos of your birthday party?
Hi, Anne. Yeah, just a second. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Here's me with some friends. That's my best friend, Lydia. I think you've met her, haven't you?
Yeah, I know Lydia, of course. And who are the 2 guys?
Tom and Saliba. They're old friends of mine too. Saliba lives in the same street as me. I've known him for years. He's going out with Lydia at the moment, actually.
Oh, very nice. And what's Lydia doing these days?
She's working in a DIY shop at the moment, which is really boring, apparently. But she's decided now that she wants to be a social worker, so she's applying for lots of courses and things.
Oh, good for her.
And here's another one. My little sister and my grandpa.
Wow, is that Isabel? She's getting so big. I remember her when she was really small. She's pulling a face.
Oh, she always pulls faces in photos. I don't know why.
So, how old's your grandfather?
He's 81 now, I think. He's getting quite old.
He looks well for his age, doesn't he?
Yeah, he and my granny are still really active. They travel all over the world and go out all the time. They're amazing, really.
That's brilliant.
And here's one of me with Luxme, an old school friend of mine.
I think you've told me about her before. She's training to be a doctor, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she's in her second or third year. And here's some more of my family.
Oh, that's a nice photo. Is that your brother, Joe? The one who's wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, that's my big brother.
And what's he doing nowadays?
He's away at university. Well, he's home for the holidays at the moment, obviously.
So, where's he studying?
Manchester. He's living in a student house with 4 other guys. He really likes it there.
Oh, that's good. And who are the others in the picture?
That's my dad in the middle, my cousin Harriet, and Andy, my uncle.
Oh, it looks like a really nice party.
Yeah, it was great. Shame you couldn't come.
Okay, guys, very good. I hope that you could actually get all the answers. Sorry, as I was telling you, the idea was to make corrections in 1, 3, 4, 7, and number 10. Well, in this case, I would like to ask you to volunteer, I don't want you to feel any type of pressure. How you changed statement number 1? The original was, Lydia is working in a restaurant at the moment. So which one of you guys would like to share your answer?
I daily workshop. It's not a restaurant. It's a daily workshop.
Daily workshop, you say, Daniela? What is that?
No sé, teacher, es que no escuché bien, pero
Eh,
es algo así
You
como
know,
diary, work.
She worked in a DIY shop.
yeah, it was a little bit tricky, right? Good, Sylvia. Sylvia, what is a DIY shop?
Is doing by yourself. I
Mhm.
think this is the tradition, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, very good. That's the idea, like do it yourself, you know? Exactly what you're doing, we don't have that information, but that is the idea of the type of shop.
Yeah.
That was the one, Sylvia, very good. If you're like wondering, but I guess that you already got the information from what Sylvia said, is this one. Well, it's better when we use it with capital letters, of course. Very good. DIY. So it was like since this is something, so it was a little bit tricky. That was the intention on that one. Number 2 didn't have any type of correction to be made. Guys, what about number 3? Any volunteer to share how you changed number 3?
She's
Eh,
not applying for a lot of jobs.
Diana.
She's applying for lots of courses.
And what else, Diana? Do you want to add something else? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Courses and things, I mean, no sé si está correcta la última. O sea, entendí cursos. And
Courses is correct. And things she said, maybe like y cosas, something extra. But with courses is absolutely correct already, Diana. Thank you very much. Guys, what about number 4? Who would like to share how it was changed?
The correct is Isabel is getting big.
Very good, Luisa. Thank you very much. That was the one. Guys, what about number 7? What change did you make on that one?
Lutz needs training to be
I
a
will
doctor,
change.
no a dentist.
Okay, that would be the one, Andres. Thank you very much. And well, what about the last one? The last one was a little bit tricky, you know? It says he doesn't like the city very much. It had more changes.
He really likes the city very much.
Very good, Ana Maria. He really likes the city. That was the idea on that part. Let's have a look at the answer key. This for you to make sure that, I'm sorry. Now it is moving. Just to make sure, like to check maybe the spelling. Also, what we were saying about the DIY shop. I don't know, you have any other question related to vocabulary or something else that you would like to clarify? Okay. Probably you already noticed that there are some moments that, well, maybe we write a little bit more, we speak a little bit more, and of course, we can't deny that there are some moments that we have to, let's say, refresh our memory, and why not to talk about the grammatical component. As we were already saying on the first part, you were reviewing your memory about how to make questions, but in this case, we're talking about the affirmative, and why not also at the same time, the negative statements. And we're talking about probably the most common, let's say, tenses that we have. And we're talking about present simple and of course, present continuous. Each of them have very specific moments to be used. Let's have a look at, let's say, the 2 most common uses that present simple has. Angelica, could you read number 1 and number 2 from present simple, please?
Yes. Present simple. Habits, repeat action, and permanent situation. For example, Isabel always posts faces in photos. Saliva lives near Jess. 2 states. Example, he doesn't like the city. Other state verbs be, have, got, want, think, love, etc.
That's it. Very good. If we're talking about states, that means that they can't, and we have to be very specific and very careful on this part, never be on continuous form. And in some cases, we think in Spanish, you know, for example, we say, pero uno dice teniendo, o uno dice amando, but that is how we think, you know, in our language. In English, it is considered a state, or you have the feeling or you don't have it. ¿Usted ama o no ama? No amando, que para nosotros tiene sentido. But in that way of thinking, you know, in this other language, or you feel it or you don't feel it. Also, I need to clarify the idea of think. In this case, we are not talking about the cognitive process. You know, that think, we can use it with a different meaning. Cuando uno dice, yo creo, in that case, we can't use think in a continuous form. But if you say, I'm thinking about the answer and I consider that blah, 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 well, in that case, it is correct to use it in the continuous form. So, I don't want you like to get confused. Like you consider that think it's incorrect in continuous only when we're using it with that meaning. Cuando uno dice, yo creo, como sabemos, think se puede usar en ese momento y no estamos hablando del proceso cognitivo como tal. And of course, we have present continuous, which is also one common tense to be used. Probably it is more common even than present simple. Jordan, please, could you read number 1 and number 2 about present continuous?
Action happening at this moment. Jess is showing her photos to Anne. 2. Action happening in the present period, but not at this moment. She's applying for lots of jobs.
Applying. Very good. Well, probably this is the most common use that we have about present continuous, things that are happening at the moment, and also when we're talking about a present period, that would be like the second common one. And let's have a look at number 3 and number 4. Harold, please, could you read the other 2 uses that present simple has? Present continuous, sorry, has.
Situation we see as temporary. Just living in a student house. For situations that are gradually changing. Grandpa's growing old.
Very good. We can have a look at different grammatical structures. We can have a look at the statements, but it is when we practice, when we actually know how much we have, let's say, to review, how much we have to cover. And we're going to review this with a Kahoot, okay? The theory is pretty basic. You already know how the grammatical component is being made. But the idea is that we actually practice how it is used. Guys, I'm going to send you the link to the chat. It's here. We can play it like in You can access to the Kahoot in 2 ways. With the link that I sent, you just type your name or a nickname if you want, or you can use here the QR code and the same idea. You just write your name and that's it. As you can imagine, of course, this Kahoot is about present simple and present continuous. There are 17 participants. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes maybe while you log in. And then we would begin. What is going to be the idea? To review our memory talking about this grammatical component, okay? It's 15. Well, let's play the annoying music that Kahoot has. That's why make it. There it is. 16. Well, we have nicknames. Are you ready? Are we waiting for someone? Okay. Let's begin. Remember, guys, both aspects are being reviewed on this Kahoot, present simple and present continuous. Analyze the statement. Very good. Notice that says every Sunday, first of all. That is the idea. When we're talking about a routine, Probably you remember the adverbs of frequency. Nos están dando una frecuencia. That means that it is more like a habit to happen. Okay, Harold, great. Very good. Usually, again, it's part of the adverbs of frequency, the routine, the habit that happens usually. Let's see changes. Okay, very good. What about this one? Quiet, please. Very good. Notice that it looks like it's something that is happening at the moment. What is this of quiet, please?
Quedarse quieto.
Como silencio. Más también por ese lado. Ya sea que se queden quietos o que hagan silencio. So it looks like it's something that is happening in that precise moment. Very nice. Luisa, excellent. Let's look at number 4. Analyze the whole information. Very good. Notice that it says at the moment. With that time expression, we can't like deny the fact that we have to use present continuous. Okay. Anyway, you're very close from each other. Children often is part also of the adverbs of frequency, you know, from the family of sometimes, always, usually, and that means that we keep it in present, and we would say cry. Careful in here because you said cries. Children is plural. Guys, do you remember what is the singular form of children?
Child.
Excellent, very good, it's child. So we know that sometimes we have those tricky words in English that they don't have S, but anyway, they are plural. This is the case because, well, 8 answers, it's like a lot, but that's okay. We will refresh that. Okay, Lisa, anyway, you're still number 1. Number 6. Look. Okay, she is leaving again. In this case, this look makes reference that probably is an event that is happening in that precise moment. Okay, mire. Let's see. Well, Harold is getting pretty close, Luisa, careful. Well, now let's have a look at questions that you already know. You already reviewed questions at the first part of the session today. Very good. The key word in here was regularly. Again, talking about like that routine, you know, happening all the time. And we already know that we have to use the auxiliary. Excellent. Very good, Lisa. Today. Very good. Today means that it's temporary. And you know that we have like the 2 versions. You decide if you use the contraction or the full form. And as you notice, both possibilities were correct. Wait, let's keep it until 10. Once again, what we had already discussed, what often offers, when we're talking about present simple. And in this case, it's third person. We already know that he, she, or it require like a, let's say, change in the spelling, and this is one of the changes. Luisa no se deja bajar. Let's have a look at number 10. A negative one. Let's see. At the moment. Very good. I am not doing. Why? Because we have this expression at the moment. Always at the moment means a continuous form. Excellent. I wasn't expecting any other, possibility. Andrés apareció ahí entre los 5. Very good. Today. Very good. Remember that today makes part of the family of the temporary things. Well, let's move it. Harold. Very good. Very good. I guess that we have already repeated at the moment like a lot, and I know that you know at this point what that means. Andres, you're getting closer. Let's finish this. Very good. Not only because it's kind of, let's say, obvious because we didn't have like expression. Remember that like it's part of the group of the stative verbs, never in continuous form. Apareció Lisette. Muy bien. Every day. Very good. The other possibilities, we gotta be careful, guys, because in case, remember that present continuous always goes with verb to be. Pero bueno, is eating is impossible because, they is plural. Anyway, we are refreshing our memory today. Andrés Prada. For to finish. I'm brushing, absolutely. The key word in here was now, like in this precise moment. Let's see. We have here like missing information. We need the ing. Lisette aparece nuevamente. Okay. The key word here is always. Very good. Gets up. Third person, we have to change the verb. No mistakes allowed. Where is Julie? Is reading absolutely perfect. No se pueden equivocar. We have 2 to finish. Very good. The train leaves. In this case, every hour. That means that is like the routine, you know, that's the habit that the train has. Let's put it in that way. Okay, final question. Listen. Remember that we have the two possibilities. Could be the contraction or the long form. The reduced form is also up to you, but anyway, at the end of the day, they are correct. And we can't use works. Me preocupa que fueron 4 respuestas. Bueno, creo que ya la hora nos está agotando. Because it's not third person. Keep that in mind. Well, let's see who the winners are, if there were any changes at the end. Lisette, very good. Almost got it. We have Harold, we were pretty close. Like 70 something. And Luisa, perfect. Okay. Andres and Andres, of course, runners up. That was pretty good. Well, guys, I know that it was like a long Kahoot and I know that you are pretty tired, but remember that the idea was like to refresh our memory about the different aspects of present simple and present continuous. Notice that the Kahoot was with affirmative, we had negatives, we had questions and different tricky aspects because as I was telling you, I know that you know this grammatical part. I mean, this is like obvious to you. Let me share this whole screen. I'm just sharing the Kahoot. I know that you know the grammatical part, you know that present continuous, ing, blah, blah, blah. But when we put it into practice is where we actually, you know, polish those aspects that we already know. Guys, we're going to do a kind of final exercise. I'm going to show you first the instructions, and then I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. I took some information from the book. I'm going to send you the link to this PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to tell you which slide you have to go to, okay? So you don't make the mistakes probably of typing on others' answers. The first thing that you're going to do is to type your name, okay? And here is what the instruction has. Let's say that we have two possibilities, you know. It says find photos on your mobile phone of people you know, or write the names of 6 important people in your life. It says on the book on a piece of paper, but you're going to do it in here, okay? What is going to be the intention? You're going to write, let's say, some information about this person. You're going to write 2 pieces of information. Look at the example that we have in here. It says, this is Thomas. He is my best friend. He's not working at the moment. What is the information that I am expecting on your 6 answers? Well, the 6 statements that you're going to create. On the first part, as the example shows, you're going to tell me the relationship that you have with that person, okay? He's my best friend, my husband, my daughter, whatever you prefer, okay? And on the second part, you're going to talk about what they are doing or even not doing at the moment, okay? It doesn't mean that all your answers have to be affirmative. Notice that in this example, the answer is negative, but anyway, we're using the continuous form. So you have 2 possibilities. Remember, one, using a picture or writing the names of 6 people. You decide how close they are to you. That's, of course, your personal decision. On those statements, you have to write, well, first of all, the relationship that you have with that person. And second, a statement in present continuous could be affirmative or negative, similar to the example that we have in here. Okay? Guys, did you have any question? Is the instruction clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to share with you some information so you know exactly the slide that you have to go to. I guess. Let me share it like this because I have to share 2 things with you. Well, I'm going to turn the camera off so you don't see my face suffering with Excel in here. Ahora sí. Yeah, I don't want to share like your emails or your mobile phone number. Just this. Okay. The idea that when you go to the slide, for example, I haven't shared the link yet, of course. Andres Felipe goes to slide number 1. Manuela Ortiz goes to slide number 9. But this is not your group. This is the group. Mistake after mistake. I'm sorry, I have to apologize for that. Next. Well, I guess it's because it's already late. These are your names. This is the one. So I was telling you, for example, Juliet Vanessa goes to slide number 6, Harold David to slide number 11, Judy Lisette to slide number 15, and so forth. The idea that you make sure that you go to the corresponding slide of your name. Anyway, I'm gonna like check, you know, that you actually use the proper one. Let me know. I'm gonna send the link to the chat. Here it is. Let me know if you can have access.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. And well, most importantly, that you can edit. Remember to have a look at what I'm sharing so you know the slide that you are supposed to be using. First thing to do, please type your names.
Teacher, the slide say only we can read and no modify.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
write in.
Edit. Me too.
Nobody?
Not. It's blocked.
Because I made sure that actually everybody who has access, it says cualquier persona con el enlace. Editor. Could you please refresh your page, please? Yes.
Now I can. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Guys, it is 6 statements. I know that, well, for you it's pretty obvious. You're going to have 10 minutes because, well, you know that we finish about 10 to 10, and I want to check the statement that you create. I'm not going to interrupt you during these 10 minutes, you know, but anyway, you have any questions, let me know. After the 10 minutes, I'm going to start having a look at the statements that you have created, you know, to make sure that they are correct. Probably if you need to, probably if I have to like tell you, make sure that you like use the proper spelling, blah, blah, blah. But in this first 10 minutes, I'm not going to interrupt what you are creating, okay? Well, guys, 10 minutes is starting now.
Sorry, teacher. I have to use the diapositive with my number, yes?
Yes, that's the idea, that you use a slide that corresponds to the information, well, the image that I'm sharing.
Yes,
So-
my number is 9, but other person is editing the diapositive.
Who's in slide number 9? No way. Only Andrea can be on slide number 9. I'm gonna say that in Spanish. Solo Andrea puede estar en la número 9, pero no se lleve todo el cuadrito. Bueno, igual se puede pegar otra vez ahí. Por eso les comentaba, guys. Lo primero es escriban su nombre en la diapositiva y ahí nos aseguramos. Y pues, denle una miradita a la imagen que les estoy compartiendo para que no haya esa confusión, porque de pronto uno mira de rapidez y, no, era la 9, perdón, la 10, la 11, no sé. Entonces revisen eso y se aseguran. And I'm going to make sure that you're actually, that you already did like the first part of the instruction, which was typing your name. Muy bien, Alejandra. Number 2 is not here. Ana María, muy bien. Luisa Fernanda. Number 5 is not here. 6 tampoco. Andrea ya está already in number 9. Harold is in number 11. Elkin, number 12. Anderson, 13. Bueno, muy bien. Muy bien, ya están los nombres, ya obviamente van bastante avanzaditos. Pues ya están los nombres que es lo importante. Bueno, no los interrumpo más. Let me know if you have any question. Okay, guys, from now on these minutes that we have left of our session, I'm going to start having a look at your sentences. As I was telling you, well, of course, to check how the activity is being done, probably if you need any correction or something. Keep in mind the two aspects of the instruction. First of all, the relationship that you have with that person. Second, talking about the grammatical component. In this case, we're aiming at using present continuous, and something that is also very important, I hope that you're keeping that in mind as well, spelling. La mayúscula iniciando la oración, el pronombre I siempre en mayúscula, después de punto mayúscula. Sé que suena obvio, pero pues nunca está de más. Y pues, I'm sorry for using Spanish, but I wanted to make sure that that information was pretty clear. I'm going to start having a look at Alejandra's statements. Roballo, by the way. She's talking on the phone. She's sleeping now. The dog. Okay, he's playing FIFA. He's running Photoshop. She's brushing her teeth. Absolutely, very good. All the statements are correct. You are using present continuous. You kept also like the agreement. Estamos hablando de femenino que va con her. Absolutely. Very good, Azucena. Well, the second one, nobody was there. Ana Maria Velasco, I'm going to have a look at your statements. Okay, in the room, it's okay. Okay, Melis house, that M is also in capital letter, you know. I'm just traveling to Arranca. Okay, very good. So far, so good, Ana Maria. You still have like that number 6 that you are completing, but it's the other 5 are pretty fine. I'm going to have a look at Luisa Fernandez. Okay, very good. And you know, guys, also, well, I didn't tell you, but probably you are guessing also that as well. Let's try to use different verbs, you know, not like, it's not your case, Luisa, of course, but it's not like, let's use reading 3 times or dancing 4 times. Let's try to make sure that we use different verbs in all the statements. I'm going to have a look at, bueno, la de Susana se despapalló. La diapositiva, sorry. I'm going to have a look at Andreas. She's working at the moment. She's a civil engineering student, Andrea. Number 1, what you're talking about your sister? Or she's already an engineer. Okay. Yes. So she's a civil engineer. Let's eliminate the ing. Because she already finished the program. Okay, I was not saying. Well, most people are sleeping already at this moment. She's studying a postgraduate in France. Well, also in number 6, she's studying a postgraduate program, a postgraduate course. We say posgrado in Spanish, and it's like already obvious that we're talking about. It is a program. But we have to specify in this case because postgraduate, it's an adjective and we need to put it next to a noun. But your sentences are pretty good. Thank you, Andrea. I'm going to have a look at Harold's. Well, the first 2 statements, of course, are correct because they are your parents and they live in Cartagena, right? But remember that the idea is that the statements are in present continuous. So, for example, she is living in Cartagena. Something like that. They are in present simple, they are correct, but let's make sure that they are progressive. Like sentence number 3.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay, very good. Well, check the spelling of number 4 in sleeping. You're missing 1 E.
Okay, thank you.
And also number 5, it's also correct in terms that it is present simple, but remember the instruction, the idea was to make it continuous, but I also need to clarify my microphone that the sentence is correct, but in present simple. She's working like chemical engineering in Barranquilla. Very good. Just make those changes and that will be fine. Sorry, I'm going to check Elkins. She's working. Is my cousin. Well, Elkin, careful with the symbol, you know? Porque me tenía como la tilde. We gotta be careful when we choose the symbol for the contraction. And in this case, because you are already on the second part of the statement, you don't need to use capital letter. It's already lowercase. And in this case, Elkin, in number 6, we said an important, you know, because here it begins with a vowel. That means that we have to use an instead, sorry, of a. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Very good statements. Let's have a look at Anderson's. Okay. Let's do it quickly. We have 4 minutes before we finish. Okay. Let's have a look at number 3, Anderson. Because when we say we love talking, that ing is not progressive. It's just a, you know, a grammatical rule that English has that when we have two verbs together, we have to use ing, but this doesn't mean that it's progressive.
Okay.
And he's an English teacher. Well, and the statements are in present simple. He's traveling to, okay, he's traveling to Portugal. Very good. You know, Portugal, capital letter, you know? Okay, let's have a look at Andres's. Andres Alvarez. Look at your second statement about Mariana. You said she doesn't studying. Because we're talking about ing, we don't use don't or doesn't. We use verb to be. Okay?
Okay.
She's a friend. She's working with her dad. Very good.
Childhood.
Perfect. Perfect. Andres, just that many things. The other ones were correct. We're about to finish. I'm going to have a look at Daniela Fernandez. Heineken is the love of my life. He's in Europe right now. Daniela, very nice statement and very romantic, but the sentence is not in present continuous. Remember, try to put something in progressive, but in present simple would be correct. She's talking on the phone with her friends. He's studying. Number 4 and number 5 and number 6, again, they are correct in terms of they are in present simple. But remember, let's make it progressive. Listo, Daniela?
Okay, teacher.
Very good. We're about to finish. Daniel, bueno. I had take care. Yo, entonces sería I have taken care of him. Remember that when we're talking about age, is verb to be, he is. Actually, no es actualmente. Sería current. Ajá, very good. Bueno, creo que me quedan de tarea las otras que están acá. I enjoy playing. Yes. I enjoy playing, que es, voy a decirlo en español un poquito, es un poquito la misma historia que pasa con love y con los otros verbos, que cuando se pone otro verbo enfrente, se tiene que conjugar de una forma específica. Enjoy es un verbo bastante restrictivo porque enjoy solo puede juntarse con un verbo que luego lleve ing. Yo no puedo decir enjoy to play, porque está mal. That's how it works, okay? Just be careful on that part. Well, guys, it's already 9:50 as my homework, you know. I'm going to have a look at the statements that you wrote. In case that there is any correction to be made, I will make the corrections so you will already know, let's say, the aspects to keep in mind. Remember that this whole session will be recorded. We will share with you the links of the videos, of course, in case that you need to watch them again. And of course, remember, guys, that the idea that we finish 10 minutes before 10, so we can actually have some minutes, you know, like to refresh and to relax. Let's call it relax. Guys, I would like to know you have any questions? Well, guys, if I'm not mistaken, you have already received the pin of the book, right? Did you already get that email?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, so the idea that of course you take your time to create, let's say the profile. So tomorrow you can like start working with your own material as it is supposed to be. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your effort. I know that at this moment you are probably really tired, but I'm pretty sure that with discipline, this process is going to be like absolutely successful. Guys, have a really good night and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank
teacher.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Take care,
Bye,
everybody.
teacher.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Profe,
Natalia, cuénteme, señora.
ay, profe, qué pena. Su merced
Gracias.
nos podría, o no sé si pueda, facilitarnos un WhatsApp para hablar con su merced de pronto en otro momento.
¿Conmigo? Si
Sí, es que
quiere.
tengo una dudita.
Ok, bueno, pues es que nos pidieron como que la trazabilidad por correo. Si quiere le voy a pasar el correo que tengo asignado.
Sí. No, pues eso es que es algo más como personal, podría decirse.
Pues sí, pero de todas maneras, digamos, si es algo que tiene que ver con el curso, pues nos pidieron como que quede la trazabilidad de la información. Entonces, igual
Ok,
tranquila,
ok.
Natalia, cuénteme, no hay ningún problema, pero por correo, ¿no? Para que no quede en la grabación.
Sí,
Tranquila.
sí.
Le voy a
Vale, profe,
enviar
le agradezco.
acá. Sí, señora. Le voy a enviar acá el link, perdón, la costumbre de decir el link, el correo
Ok,
para que me cuente. ¿Listo?
listo, profe. Muchísimas
Listo,
gracias.
Natalia. Bueno, muy
Que
buena
esté muy
noche.
bien.
Igualmente.
Gracias.
Bye.